Always make sure that you look on the inside and look at the thickness of the walls. This one's much thicker than this, so this must be the left, this is the right. Okay, and if you've got this on the left and this is the right, as you're looking at it, this must be the front of the heart. Okay, on the front of the heart, you can see these flaps here and here. Okay, these actually represent the left and right auricle respectively. You can see the fat, which is the atrioventricular sulcus with the coronary blood vessels. You can see the anterior interventricular sulcus with coronary blood vessels, and if you follow it to make it meet, you can see how that one becomes the posterior interventricular sulcus with coronary blood vessels.
Now, if you have that flipped over, just laying like
Yes.
that, and you say identify that,
Yes.
how,
Flip
can
it
we open
over.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, we can
Yeah,
open
yeah,
it?
you can open it up.
Okay,
And,
'cause I was
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, and if you do that, yeah, and you flip it over, and if you see that the left is this way and the
Yeah.
right's that way, then yeah, you'll know. You look at the back. Okay, as far as flipping it open so you can see inside, do you see the white line right there at the edge? And the white, kind of grayish white right there at the edge on that side? On the inside, the kind of shiny white gray. Okay, so that means the meaty stuff in between those walls, that's the myocardium.
Okay.
In
And the
between the walls,
pericardium is on the outside.
that big thick
But we
area.
don't know how to
Yeah,
know it.
the big, thick, brownish sort of
Yeah,
stuff
that's
as opposed,
That's the
that's the
myo.
myocardium. Okay, this particular wall would be the
Interventricular septum.
interventricular septum. You can see this flap here and here. This is which,
Can't see what it's pointing.
Atrioventricular septum?
Interatrial?
no.
Which one?
This flap is actually going to make up part of a valve.
Oh, the bicuspid.
Hi.
Wait, I can't try again. Bi is on the left and tri is on the right.
Okay, it is actually the bicuspid.
Yeah, it's about.
Okay, it's the bicuspid, okay, as opposed to the tricuspid, which is actually found right here. And the way that you're going to know that again is that the tricuspid is on the right, okay? So even if you can't count all of the flaps, you'll know that it's on the right side.
Buy before you buy.
I know that.
Okay, that works too. All right, the stringy white pieces right there,
Chordae tendineae.
chordae tendineae. The mound of muscle, you can see an example of right there.
The papillary
That's
Papillary.
exactly right. That's the papillary muscle. Here's another good example, if I can get it to actually manipulate. You can see how, you can see space behind it.
Okay, papillary.
Papillary muscle. Here's an even better example. See all that?
Yeah.
That big mound of muscle where the
Sweetie, you're
chordae
gonna fall.
Uh-huh.
have been cut? That's a papillary muscle. You
This
can see,
part?
yeah, you can see this big mound of muscle come away from the
Oh.
wall.
Miriam sweating.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Again.
You're flicking heart
Yeah.
juice on me.
Sorry about that. All right, so this is the which chamber?
The
The ventricle.
the left.
Left ventricle. This one's the
Right
right
ventricle.
ventricle. Okay, if I'm looking at the left ventricle and I look slightly off to the side of the bicuspid, I should be able to see a flap that is unattached to any chordae tendineae. If it's not attached to chordae tendineae, it cannot be the bicuspid.
Has to be a semilunar.
Has to be a semilunar valve. And specifically, if it's coming out of that left ventricle, it's got to be the
Aortic.
aortic semilunar valve, because in fact, that's the bottom of that vessel that got cut. You can see my finger wiggling through. Okay, so that's actually going to be the aortic semilunar valve, and that vessel that's been cut right there, that's actually part of the aorta. Okay, this is the right atria here. The left atria is going to be actually hard to visualize because you actually have to go through the valve. So I've got my thumb in the left atria, but you can't actually see it.
Okay.
Okay. Also, something you can't see really is going to be the, yeah, you're not going to be able to see it, is the pulmonary semilunar valve. Okay, because of the way it's cut, remember the pulmonary semilunar valve, this is the pulmonary trunk right here, it's going to be right there underneath that vessel. Okay,
So how are you gonna
That's an excellent question.
He's
Can't
not,
see it.
so you don't
If I
have to
can't
know
pin it,
Okay.
yeah, the bottom line is that none of the hearts there that are currently dissected, none of them have been cut so that you can visualize that. Okay, it's just that you cannot with one cut visualize everything, which is why you notice on the model, they actually
had
did,
2 cuts.
well, actually 3 cuts.
3 cuts.
They did 3 different cuts to be able to show you everything. Okay, so I can't really see it here without making additional cuts. I have no idea if Dr. Barlow will make additional
He
cuts
said
to
he
do that.
wouldn't. I asked.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay, well,
I asked.
I'm-
You know me.
there you go. All right. And since that is the case, there are no additional cuts. So what I'm saying is that you can see the aortic semilunar valve on at least a couple of hearts, I know. I made a point of always showing that to people. So if you have me, you can see.
Right.
The aortic semilunar
This
valve.
one?
Okay.
This
If
one?
it
Yeah,
doesn't
aortic
have, if
semilunar
it doesn't
valve.
have chordae tendineae attached to it, you
Oh,
know it's
right,
a semilunar
right,
valve.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know that he's not gonna pin the ventricle, so you know it's the aortic semilunar valve.
What do you mean, the
No, I thought
pulmonary?
that-
The pulmonary, yeah.
Yeah, I can't pin the pulmonary, but I can pin the aortic
Okay.
semilunar valve.
Yeah, my bad.
I thought that papillary muscle was coming, I know it looks like a mound, so it's just a mound in there.
Yeah, it's just a mound of muscle.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I thought it would come off the end of the tendonae more,
Well,
but,
the
I mean-
tendon can attach to it.
I mean, so that's chordae tendineae, the white pieces, they've just been cut in that particular one. But you can see that this mound of muscle comes away from the rest of the heart wall.
yeah,
Now,
okay.
can you
So that
just
would be
show
the
the,
aortic semilunar.
okay,
No,
the
that'd be
trabeculae
tendon coordinate with the,
carne?
Trabeculae carne, see all the struts
Uh-huh,
in there? Those are meat struts.
Okay.
So trabeculae carne.
okay.
Is that obvious in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think I have heart juice in my hair.
Sorry,
It won't hurt. I'm sure it'll help.
it'll wash out.
Okay, anybody